Is Alexandra Piotrowska. I'm the project officer at Polish Center for International Aid. The aim of the conference is to officially launch a project aiming at enhancing the capacity of the fire and rescue service in conducting search and rescue operations. So this 2.5-year project is being sponsored by Polish Aid, which is the development cooperation framework under the Ministry of Polish Affairs of the Republic of Poland. And the project is being done in a partnership with local partners, namely the Chief Fire Officers Association Kenya and the two county governments of Kiambu and Nairobi. So after 9 years presence and the working of Polish Center for International Aid, which is Polish non-governmental organization, we identified the gap and which the project is responding to. So the gap is that the fire service is lacking a specialized disaster management response skills. So the aim of the project is to form and train the first in the history of Kenya search and rescue team to conduct the search and rescue operations in urban spaces. And the team is going to be comprised of 60 firefighters from Nairobi and Kiambu counties. So we are going to, in the course of the next 2.5 years, we are going to train and equip with the essential knowledge and skills, and as well we would be aiming as well to provide them with the certification, with the national diplomas, and as well we are going to equip the whole team in order to be able to carry out the search and rescue operations in the metropolitan area of Nairobi. The reports coming from national institutions come with very worrisome numbers. So it has been reported out of the sample that more than 50% of the constructions in Nairobi has been deemed unsafe, so as across the whole country. That means that the building collapses will be happening more and more often. And Kenya doesn't have yet the proper capabilities in order to respond to such needs. Therefore, our team, which will be comprised of 60 firefighters from Nairobi and Kiambu counties, are there to respond to such occurrences. What else has been actually coming through the reports is that nearly 90% of the victims are being saved by the first responders, and they are coming from the community, and therefore we would be aiming to enhance their capacity to respond to the disasters in the first as when it comes to the emergencies. Kenya doesn't have any civil response team ready to conduct the search and rescue operations. There is only Kenya Defence Force, but we deem that it is necessary as well to develop the capacity for the firefighters to respond to such needs, given that the occurrence in the Nairobi metropolitan area of building collapses happens of at least twice a month. Therefore, it is essential to create a team that would be able to respond to the prevalence of construction disasters.
From my county, wherever I sit, that the risk factor within the county profiling is the road traffic accidents. So I'll purpose to improve on RTA, that road traffic accidents response. And also that I'll plan to do that rope rescue for, in most cases, we have drowning cases. So I'll have my energy, I'll target to put my energy on the road traffic accidents and and drowning cases, whereby we'll be doing some rescues.
My name is Nahashon Kirui. I come from Bomet County. I'm the Deputy Fire Chief Officer. One of the things that I want to improve is that we need to have substations in every sub-county. So I will work hard to make sure that we have substations in the counties and also train more firefighters.
My name is Bramwell Simiyu. I serve as a County Chief Officer in charge of disaster management and coordination in Nairobi County. Cement the place of disaster management and fire and rescue services as specialized and dedicated units that are properly resourced, that are properly equipped, and move away from the current practice where fire and emergency teams are seen as units in other departments. We need to mainstream them. We need to ensure that these, as county governments, they prescribe proper setups, ensure that there's adequate funding, ensure that they recruit adequate staff, expose them to the necessary training, ensure that they are given the personal protective gears. Their welfare is also taken care of, given that these are high-risk profession. But just as a county government, to have a mindset that places fire and emergency response at the center of its agenda. I must appreciate this current initiative to build the urban search and rescue capacities in Kenya. I'm also in built-up areas such as Nairobi. As you know, with growing population pressure, we've also had an upsurge in construction and building across the entire nation to just accommodate the population that is ever increasing. Now, we know that part of the challenges we've had in the recent past has been the regulation and standardization of buildings across the urban centers and the towns. And there's been quite a number of buildings that have been found to be not fit for occupation. And we've registered a number of building collapses over the past couple of years. We've mainly relied on the military and sometimes external assistance to help us deal with the issue of urban search and rescue. We recall one of the most notable ones, of course, was the 1997 bombing of the US Embassy. And we had to draw upon the skills and support of international partners. It therefore becomes, that was on the extreme side, but on the downside, on the other side, we've also witnessed a number of buildings collapsing, which have caused significant damage. We've even had loss of property, we've had loss of lives, and I think it's incumbent on us as a county disaster management and fire and emergency workers to build our capacity, given that even the Constitution prescribes particularly fire and disaster management and fire and rescue services as a shared function, but fire and rescue services is mainly a county function.
My name is Chari Janet from Mombasa County Government. Area that can be improved in my county is the firefighting equipment, the modernized firefighting equipment. That is it's a challenge for us and many other, not just in Mombasa but across the country. It will be helpful to get modernized fire equipment and resources, because we already have skilled firefighters, so we only need the equipment to make our work effective.
Number? Yes, nafikiri wamekupenda. Wanaitisha mpaka namba. Wakili, thank you very much for the job. Ata iko cushioning. Okay, kulikuwa na hiyo issue. Another one. Another one. Yes.
There are some counties that don't power.
So you are saying we come and visit you in other counties, yeah? Yeah. Kuna namba 7 ni election, hiyo najua ni lazima, si ndio? C4K membership AOB. Wacha tuanze na hii, wacha tuende kwa hiyo. Very good. So maybe on need basis. Okay. On need basis.
I think it is important you explain to members why we need.
Okay, let me tell you something. Yes, you know,
that is my take. Any retired officer, any officer mwenye alikuwa chief na akatoka,
If it is a trade union, then you must be an employee by the firefighters. And therefore, when it comes out to, so they also may mean that we have more voice for firefighters. We only bring together the fire chiefs who are employed as fire chiefs. That's still fine. Therefore, those people need to fight a home elsewhere. That home is your competitor.
They are honorary members, but they will fight and fight our battles.
Units. So if we stick to the chief officer, you even not grow to a director.
If you have any amendments that you'd like to make, that can go to the special general meeting. But what is represented? Majority of the professionals. And so,
from my county, wherever I sit, that the risk factor within the county profiling is the road traffic accidents. So I'll purpose to improve on RTA, that road traffic accidents response. And also that I'll plan to do that rope rescue for, in most cases we have drowning cases. So I'll have my energy, I'll target to put my energy on the road traffic accidents and and drowning cases, whereby we'll be doing some rescues.
We came up with a scheme of service for firefighters, which does not exist right now. We have already forwarded to the Public Service Commission and Council of Governors for approval. We are appealing to Public Service Commission, the Council of Governors, to approve the same, so that we can motivate our firefighters in terms of remuneration and so on. On behalf of the Chief Fire Officers Association of Kenya, C4K, during our annual general meeting, chief purpose to further strengthen our efforts in advancing fire and rescue services across Kenya. We are proud of our numerous milestones, some of which include national capacity building and training. We conducted a comprehensive national assessment of fire and rescue staff, equipment, and infrastructure, identifying key areas for improvement. C4K created Kenya's first national vocational firefighting curriculum and has trained over 750 firefighters to date. We have partnered with local and international donors to secure and distribute firefighting equipment to enhance operational capacity. We have partnered with Polish Center for International Aid, PCPM, on several impactful projects, including trainings, leadership development, and infrastructure projects such as the Fire and Rescue Training Center. These partnerships have funded vital programs such as the National Vocational Firefighting Curriculum, leadership and assessment initiatives, and the establishment of specialized vehicles for local needs. Completed renovation of fire stations in counties like Tharaka Nithi, Nandi, Murang'a, and Meru. Also, new fire station in Makindu and Chumvi, bolstering our response capabilities, especially along the Nairobi-Mombasa highway. Wildlife fires challenges in Wajir County, acquiring specialized equipment to manage the increasing threat, especially in forested and agriculture areas. This places a tremendous strain on our already under-resourced fire stations. As we reflect on these challenges, it is evident that the need for continued investment in fire and rescue services is critical. We urge the government, donors, and private sector partners to increase support in the following areas: adequate funding for the procurement of firefighting equipment, infrastructure development, and personnel trainings. Improved trainings programs to ensure all firefighters are equipped with the necessary skills to tackle modern firefighting challenges. Strengthening of fire safety regulations and public education to reduce fire risk and improve disaster preparedness. The Chief Fire Officers Association of Kenya remains committed to its mission of improving fire and rescue services across Kenya. We acknowledge the progress we have made, but we also recognize the work that still lies ahead. We call on all stakeholders to join us in ensuring that every Kenyan, no matter their location, is protected by a well-trained, equipped, and professional fire service.